1 mile to Joshua Tree National Park. Sweet. It took me 8 hours, 58 minutes of actual drive time, and then I stopped though to sleep a little. Alright, so I am at the visitor center here, and I'm going to take this trail, what's it called? Pinkham Canyon to Thermal Canyon Trail. I'm going to drive that to where it ends, and then I guess I'm going to turn around, come back to this road, which will lead me to Old Dale Road, which is going to take me all the way up to Highway 62, I think it is. What is that? Yeah, 62, and then I take 62 over to Blackrock Campground. That's Indian Cove Campground. And there it is, Blackrock Campground right here. It's just on the just there. Anyway, gonna be fun. Alright, so I don't even know if the GoPro is working. I think it is, but I was having trouble connecting to it. So I untethered it and then just put the battery in. So hopefully it's working. I can't use the Canon. I mean, I could, but it's so shaky. It's horrid. It looks like the Blair Witch is on 100 milligrams of prednisone a day. It's just... Anyway, I'm on this little trail. I forget the name of it. I mentioned it earlier. And I mean, it's nothing horrible. I don't even need to be in... I'm in 4 high right now. I don't even need to be in there, but I am because when I have this Taser, I don't know, Taser Mini or something for the JL, and that allows you, when you're in 4 high, it allows you to disengage your sway bar, and that gives you just a nicer ride. I did air down a little. I'm at 22-ish, 23. That one got a little lower. Oh well. But I aired down a little, and just going to take this to the end. I think it said it was 7 miles long, and so far I haven't really seen any of them Joshua trees. Maybe, well, we'll see. And what time is it? Man, it's way off. So it's 8:13 here, a.m. And when I come back out this road, I think I'm going to have to come back out because I don't want to go all the way to the highway because that was like 20 miles. I'll come back to the visitor center and check in. They weren't open until 8:30. But I was reading on the National Park Service app, which is very cool, and it just tells you everything you want to know about any national park that you're going to visit. And so Joshua Tree is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So if you enter the park during the off hours, when you get to a entrance or exit, they may ask you to see your pass, which I have, and that's one of the only, I guess, silver linings of my Crohn's, is that when it comes to the national parks, just the national parks, people, when it comes to the national parks, the government considers my permanent ostomy a permanent disability. And so I got my National Park Pass for free for the rest of my life. Actually, no, it cost me $10, but I could have got it for free if I had shown up to any national park and gone in and had my letter from my doctor stating, my condition, and they would have issued it there for free. But I think I did this around COVID time, and I wasn't going to go to a national park then, so I just did it by mail. And the other thing I got to do, so I'm camping at this Blackrock Campground, which is way on the other side of the park, and this Taser mini thing that I got, it has what's called a stealth mode, and that allows you to turn off when you unlock or lock the Jeep, it always turns on your headlights for a brief second and then beeps the horn. That feature will turn that off, and I like to do that in campgrounds because I do get up quite a bit, unfortunately, during the night and have to go to the restroom. Because of the ostomy, I can't just let it get overloaded. And sometimes, I don't always get into the Jeep, but I don't know, sometimes I'm like, I better get in the Jeep and get something. And when I do that, of course, the horn honks and then the lights turn on briefly, and then I'm like, shit, I just, shined into someone out, the campground across the way from my Jeep. I just shined into their tent or whatever. So I hate doing that. So I need to get that figured out. I got the manual for this Taser, and I think I got cut off camera. My glasses are like, you're talking too much, dude. No, I was saying that when I get to the campground, I'm going to be nice and early, although it said on my reservation that I couldn't check in until 7 p.m. I'm like, what the hell? And then somewhere else I read it was like after 12 p.m. or maybe 1. So I'm going to try to show up a little earlier, afternoon, so I can get the camp set up. And then I will get the Taser dialed in where I turn off I turn on the stealth mode. Go to stealth mode. I'm like a ninja. So the drawer system is just freaking amazing. I don't hear anything back there. I thought for sure I would. The only thing I'm really hearing is this gas can that I brought, and I probably didn't need to bring it. I do have for the back of my spare tire, I've got a rack for the spare tire, and then I'll put this 5-gallon gas can on that, and that's the only thing I'll put on there because I don't trust the weight, and I strap that sucker down. But anyway, I didn't want to bring the that spare tire platform, so I just put the gas in here, and it's a metal canister so there's never any fumes or odor. But right now it's just sloshing around. But I am glad I brought it, because that gas in there cost me $3.40 a gallon in New Mexico, and I just crossed into California and had to gas up, and that was $6.79 a gallon. So when I go back out of here to head home, I'll dump that 5 gallons into the tank before I get out of California. Hopefully I can get out of California without having to still pay, $6-7 a gallon. But I do have to get to LA tomorrow, Saturday, and I think it was 150 miles or something to LA, so I'm definitely gonna have to fill up for when I come back out. Anyway, this is pretty sweet. For a second there I thought that this trail was just one way. All right, I believe somewhere in here there's a trail that's one way, because these designated route markers are on the right here, but I don't see any on the left. So I was thinking, well, maybe I can only go one way here. But the back side of those markers has the same information, so I'm assuming I can turn around. Otherwise I'll have to go to the highway, which I think it said it was 20 miles, which is not a problem. I would then just scrap the one back at the visitor center north and go to my campground, and then later go out, try to find, there's one, I think there's an off-road trail right by my campsite actually, so I'll just do that. And then I've always got tomorrow morning. I do need to keep an eye on the time though, because it states 2.5 hours to LA depending on traffic, so I gotta, hey, tree. Anyway, hopefully the GoPro is picking that up, but that's just amazing. It's this mountain range beyond mountain range. Alright, well, the road just opened up super wide, so I'm just jumping out to get a Coke. And then show you this here. I'm glad, so I put the tent, glad I put it inside the Jeep, because when I left New Mexico last night, it was just so windy, and gas mileage would have just really sucked. But the only thing was, as it kind of covers the fridge here, and I got it strapped down, so to get to a Coca-Cola, I gotta loosen it, lift it. So not the best, but hey, saving on some gas right now is worth it. So otherwise it'd be on top of the roof and out of the way completely. Oh yeah, let's see if this is working. And so the other thing that's working really well, just a few hiccups, but this is Onyx off-road, and I'm playing it through Android. I've got my phone hooked up, and so before I came, I downloaded, just on the medium setting, all the off-road trails that I wanted to do while here, and it saves it to your phone. See, a wind advisory has been issued for San Diego counties. Okay, great. So anyway, I have 0 cell service right now. I just checked, but I downloaded the map, offline maps, and they're not that large. I could have gone with high resolution ones, but this is getting me through no problem. So, but it froze just once. It froze on me, and I was like, I am going forward. Forward is the pace. It used to be that was a Crohn's blog. Oh my god, that was a long time. Forward is the pace. I love that title. Forward is the pace. Like, I'm moving forward. Anyway, my blue arrow just kind of stopped moving, and so then I just unlocked my screen on my phone, and then it jumped right back to and show me right exactly where I am. So I've seen a ton of Bugs Bunnies now, just everywhere. Bunch of lizards, and a few back in the middle there. Some Joshua trees. And I'm not sure what these guys are. I'm pretty sure these are not Joshua trees, these tall ones. And I just tried to ask Meta what they were, and she's like, dude, connect your phone to the internet, otherwise I can't do scheisse. And so now I'm hearing, so my one huge vice in life is Coca-Cola. I'll never stop drinking it. I don't care. And I took one out of the fridge because I'm drinking it, obviously. Oh, buddy, look at that sucker. He was huge. Anyway, I took the one out of the fridge, and then it loosened all the other ones, and I couldn't get my hand in there to, I have a couple of dish towels in there, like, stuffed around all the bottles so it holds them tight. But now all I hear is the rattling of the Coca-Colas. So let's see, I think I am alright. See, I think this is frozen again, so let me just, I don't know, maybe I am moving. Yeah, I'm moving. Okay. A little more fun, the trail. Still nothing technical. I think Big Bend National Park we were on, where we camped. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Gesundheit, mein Herr. So, hair, get it? And we were in Big Bend National Park, my brother and I. Oh, big rock, slow down. And where we were camping, it was another high clearance 4x4 vehicle required to get to the campsite. And that was fun because there was this rock wall, basically. We had to go straight up. Well, not straight up, but you know what I mean. And that was probably the only technical thing on that trail in Big Bend. But Big Bend, another park I'm going to go back to because it's just so beautiful. And I don't know, I think we only saw 25% of that park because we were on the one side. And I want to get back there and explore the other areas. So the only thing I didn't bring are my recovery boards, which, this got a little sandy through here. I'm not too worried about it, but something for the future. When I was at where I filled up back right after I filled up. I had to fill up before in Arizona, and then I didn't really need to fill up when I got into California, but I thought I'm just gonna top it off. And so, but anyway, where I filled up at that gas station, there were these two sweet off-road rigs. I think they were Toyotas, and those dudes were just decked out like they could disappear for probably a month and only have to worry about water, trying to find water. Everything else was on their rigs. So hey, wait a minute. Alright, so I'm learning. Onyx kept crashing, and I think it was because I had it opened, the app on my phone opened, and then also the app on Android opened. So I oh wow, that's awesome. I closed the app on the phone, and then just because I'm using like the screen mirror or whatever it's called here, and just reopened it here only, and now I'm back. And I think I'm almost done with this trail. Yeah, because this road here, of course you can't see what I'm pointing at. This is the road that'll take you back to the... Okay, there's the trail marker. This road will take you back to the highway, and then if I were to go turn right, there's private property over here interspersed throughout BLM land. So, and that's the cool thing about Onyx, is it'll tell you who owns the land. So I can't read those names, but there's people's names right there, and that'll tell you. And then of course BLM, or it could say state land. So anyway, I'm almost done. I think I will turn around when I get to the end here, and then just head back, and that way I can go do the north trail. And, I want to turn my GoPro back on too. Alright, so I turned around, going back the way I came. I gotta remember, if I turn the Jeep off, it re-engages the sway bar, even though I might leave the Jeep in 4 high. So I just gotta remember to hit that button. It does make a difference. I feel like you can tell the difference with when it's not connected or if it is, which is how I knew. I was like, wait a minute, something's not right here. Anyway. The other thing I like about Onyx is they have these classes. I think they're called master classes, and you can sign up. It's just a Zoom meeting. I don't know how often they do them, but there's one coming up, so I already signed up for it. But I'm gonna take all my observations, kind of write them out before the meeting even happens, and then just submit them as questions. But I'm pretty sure I figured out how to get it to stop crashing, because I was just doing it wrong. But that could be a helpful tip to someone else that's new to it and not aware. So, couldn't find what I did with my tether, so I usually have a tether attached to the GoPro, and then it runs through the footman's loop. I don't know. Footman's, it's gotta be plural, footman's loop. I think that's called a footman's loop. That thing on the hood there. And there's a loop. So I put the tether through, and then I attach it to the camera, just in case it goes no more suctions and just goes flying off. And then I